I'll now describe the features of the W1000Xd2. The Wide Travel Compact Machining Center was released in 2014 as the S1000X1, and it has been supported by many customers. Receiving feedback from customers, we have constantly strived for improvement. The W1000Xd2 introduced today has made great advancements. This table shows the main specifications. The range of specs has been broadened to meet the diverse needs of customers. Specs written in bold indicate new advancements made to the W1000Xd2. The first point is that a 28-tool magazine is optionally available, in addition to conventional 14-tool and 21-tool magazines. The second point is that the maximum table loading capacity has been increased from 400 kg to 500 kg, enabling heavier objects to be mounted. The third point is that the Z-axis travel has been increased from 300 mm to 380 mm. The fourth point is that the standard spindle speed has been increased from 10,000 revolutions per minute to 12,000 revolutions per minute. The fifth point is that the spindle rigidity of optional high torque specs has been improved. Now, let's see these advancements in more detail, sorting these into three categories. I'll start by describing the enhanced extensive functions. Increasing the magazine tool capacity has been requested by many customers for reasons like the following. They want to perform multiple processes on one machine. They want to integrate processes, but it is difficult due to the limited tool capacity. They perform multi-product production instead of mass production, so if mounting more tools in the magazine is possible, they can reduce tool setup time. In response to these, we have added the 28-tool magazine specs, while maintaining the Speedio's conventional tool change speed. The tool change time of the 28-tool magazine is 0.7 seconds for tool-to-tool, and even 0.8 seconds for heavy tools up to 4 kg, providing high productivity. Tools that can be set in the magazine can be up to 250 mm in length, up to 110 mm in diameter, and up to 4 kg in weight. Increasing the maximum table loading capacity has also been requested by many customers. As workpieces have become larger, jigs have become larger accordingly, and the total jig weight has increased, requiring higher specs for the machine. In addition, many customers have considered replacing their BT40 machines with our W series. Although they want to continue using current jigs on the W series, insufficient table loading capacity has been a problem. As a solution for these, the maximum table loading capacity has been increased from 400 kg to 500 kg for the W1000Xd2. The Z-axis travel has been increased from 300 mm to 380 mm, by 30 mm on the lower side and 50 mm on the upper side. This improves usability in a variety of customer applications. When a large workpiece is rotated, clearance for the tool length is required at the upper end of the Z-axis, and tool accessibility is required at the lower end. The increased Z-axis travel satisfies both requirements. As the accessibility at the lower end of the Z-axis has been improved, users will also find usability better when machining thin workpieces or machining with vices. The spindle speed has advanced greatly. For the previous model, the maximum speed in the basic specifications was 10,000 revolutions per minute. The W1000Xd2 is equipped with a newly developed, highly efficient 12,000 revolutions per minute spindle motor. As shown in the motor torque characteristics chart, sufficient torque is provided even at 10,000 revolutions per minute or higher. This advancement contributes to maximize the performance of small diameter tools. For example, for machining inverter cases, cycle time reduction can be expected by increasing the table feed rate when grooving with a small diameter end mill. For machining shower plates, cycle time reduction can be expected by increasing conditions of machining with a small diameter drill. For the optional high torque specs, the new highly rigid spindle is mounted. The bearing diameter has been increased as a measure to enhance spindle rigidity. Tool clamping force has also been increased to offer higher machining stability for customers replacing their BT40 machines. I'll introduce one machining example. We conducted a test by side milling aluminum material with a Phi 16 end mill. The test results showed that the amount of chip evacuation by the new highly rigid spindle was 1.5 times more than by the spindle of the previous model. Although results may vary depending on the workpiece material or machining conditions, the optional high torque specs offer even greater machining stability. Environmental performance will be increasingly required in the future. As a global trend, reduction in CO2 emissions is required to achieve carbon neutrality. Currently, the sharp rise in electricity costs is driving the need for more energy-efficient machines. By replacing BT40 machines with BT30 machines, power and air consumption can be reduced, as machines are more compact. In addition, the Speedio offers its unique environmental performance. Less power consumption can be achieved by the low-inertia spindle, highly efficient spindle motor, reuse of energy by the power regeneration system, and various other improved NC functions. In addition, the original design minimizes any wasted use of air. Reducing air consumption can also reduce the load on the compressor, bringing benefits to customers' plants. I'll now move on to describing the untiring improvement of reliability. We are constantly striving to improve not only the specifications but also the reliability of our machines to ensure problem-free operations at customers' premises. A chip's caught detection function has been added as a new standard function. If chips are caught between the spindle and tapered section on the tool holder, tool vibration increases. This may affect finishing, such as boring, and may cause defective workpiece outflow. To prevent this, this new function detects chips caught without using a sensor. Even before, chips caught could be detected by installing an external sensor, but it required additional interface work and additional costs. The new chips caught detection function achieves sensorless detection through the NC, with no need for retrofitting a sensor. Detection can be started by simply adding the M code in the program by the customer. This standard chips caught detection function helps prevent outflow of defective workpieces. These are the standard NC functions that have been highly regarded by customers. The ATC monitoring function detects an incorrect tool attachment to the magazine, or the tool falling during machining, without using a sensor. This prevents outflow of defective workpieces. The machining load monitoring function automatically stops the machine in the following cases. Machining load is too high and exceeds the preset upper limit due to excessive tool wear or incorrect workpiece setting. Machining load is too low and remains below the preset lower limit due to tool breakage or omission of workpiece change. I'll now move on to describing Brother's original D00 controller. The CNC D00 provides a global standard user interface, and received the IF Design Award 2021, one of several outstanding global design awards. A touch panel is standard, and can be operated with bare hands or wearing gloves. Intuitive operation, just like using your smartphone, is possible. The screen size is larger so that you can gain sufficient information at a single glance. The main feature of the D00 controller is the support apps. Relevant functions are grouped and assigned to each app, so you can use Brother's controller just like a smartphone. For example, touch, adjust machining parameter, and you can see ideas to improve the machining surface, or items to reduce the cycle time. You can easily perform cycle time reduction setting by simply following the instructions on the screen. Anybody can readily use Brother's controller. In addition to this, there are apps that you can check daily or weekly production results or operating results, or you can check power consumption. Using these apps helps improve your production sites. The recovery support app is also very handy. For example, if power is interrupted during tapping, or the machine stops during magazine turn due to air interruption, use this app. You can recover the machine by yourself by simply following the instructions on the screen. You don't have to call the manufacturer's service engineer. Many convenient functions have been added. Override operation during tapping is now possible, which was not possible in the past. Up to 20 of the latest cycle time logs can be saved. Cycle time logs can also be saved for each tool. We're sure these features will help improve the customer's worksites. Other functions include accessing manuals, accessories such as a notepad and calculator, and a load monitor that predicts overload during machining. Hardware specifications have improved for the D00 controller. Block processing speed has improved fourfold. The number of look-ahead blocks has greatly increased from the previous model. As a result of these improvements, the machine fully demonstrates its capabilities, particularly in three-dimensional machining. There are reports that when the same program was run, the cycle time was reduced by 20% or more on a machine with the D00, compared to a machine with the former controller. For customers wanting to reduce the cycle time of three-dimensional machining, please try the Speedio. In addition, the memory capacity, 0 points that can be set on workpiece coordinates, and tool data capacity have been increased. So, the system can respond to the increase in program capacity due to CAM or others. Network functionality has been strengthened. Industrial networks Ethernet, IP and Profinet are now supported in addition to the conventional CC-Link, DeviceNet, and PrefBus-DP. This is prepared for automation trends in the future to make connections easier. OPC-UA, which is now spreading as an industrial protocol, is also supported. As for IoT, the Internet of Things, the Speedio can be directly connected to operating monitor software made by another manufacturer via OPC-UA. Now, let's review the specifications of the W1000Xd2. 12,000 revolutions per minute is the new standard spindle speed, and 10,000 revolutions per minute high torque and 16,000 revolutions per minute are optionally available. The standard spindle interface is BT, and optionally BBT. The coolant through spindle or CTS can be selected from 3 MPa or 7 MPa. X/Y travels are maintained as 1000 mm and 500 mm respectively, and the Z-axis travel has been increased to 380 mm. The table work area is 1100 mm in width and 500 mm in depth. The table loading capacity is 300 kg, and this can be increased up to 500 kg by changing the parameter setting. For the tool storage capacity, a new 28-tool magazine is optionally available, in addition to 14 and 21 tool magazines. Tools that can be set in the magazine can be up to 250 mm in length, up to 110 mm in diameter, and up to 4 kg in weight. For the tool weight, the parameter setting needs to be changed.